We're live. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm looking at all of the people out in the chat. See TechPug VGC, who very talkative on the Discord today. Good for you. Asking lots of stuff about our changes to Pokésports. Real cool of you to get in on that. Oh, what was that sound? There goes that sound. Cool. Kevin, how's it going?
I'm reading the chat too.
Oh, yeah?
You guys haven't interested me yet, though.
Oh,
Say something
no.
funny.
What?
Make me laugh. My coffee's still full. You guys have to make me laugh before we start this podcast.
My coffee's still full over here.
Mr. Bebum, 2-time Pokésports League champ, tying the record of
know.
Mr. Scorcho. Go to
Oof.
bed. You just won a championship.
We need to
Jeez,
see.
Make yourself some rest.
We need to see a Scorcho Bebem battle, I think is what we need.
We'll commentate it.
I'll commentate it. Of course I'll commentate it. We'll commentate it. Is Series 8 over? No.
Not yet.
Still got a few
You
more
still got
months.
like 2 months for that one. It's like
let's see.
they really just hit us down under.
Certainly.
Real soon, huh?
Certainly. Kevin Kennedy says, at first I hated the remake, but watching it a few times, I can swallow the art style as long as the game is G, standing for, I would assume, good, but also assuming the game is... I can't think of any G
Great.
name Pokemon. Girafarig.
Googerdra.
I think that means that Kevin Kennedy wants the game to be Girafarig.
Okay, Pierre made me laugh. Kevin, I got a joke for you. Your Leech performance. I only played 2 games. They're unexpected.
Whoa. There you go.
A weird little sidebar, right? In the pre-peach.
The Preach.
The
Okay.
pre. I just started a Heart Gold Soul Silver playthrough.
Hey, congrats on your own.
On
Whenever
my
you
own.
say it like that, whenever
Yeah.
anyone says it like that, it's like, oh, I did it on my YouTube channel. It's like, what? No, you did not.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But it's like, kind of want to go back and play old games. I don't know why.
By the way, shout out to Juancito Marvel. I see you doing that Pokemon Yellow playthrough. Get on it, man. That's awesome.
Pokemon Yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing through the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's streaming it, I think, on YouTube.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't
Good
notice.
friend of ours. All right. Let's see. Zach Martin says, I need to hear Mike and Kev's reaction so I know how to feel. We got you. We got you.
I don't know if me and Mike are going to have the same opinions, but...
That's, we've been
This
very...
is what's fun.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to each other about this yet.
Yeah.
We were playing League earlier today. We just didn't talk about
Didn't
Pokemon.
say anything about it. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even say anything about Post Malone, so I'm interested to get into that because I know Kevin's a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arceus looks pog, remakes look bad, says TechBug VGC. Yeah, I'm more so excited for all of the Pokemon Legends memes that will eventually come out. Like Pokemon, I said earlier, G for Girafarig. Imagine Pokemon Legends Girafarig, and then it just kind of has a Girafarig there.
Final boss is the rear end.
It's evil. It turns out it's evil.
It's actually been Girafarig spelled backwards the whole time. You just didn't notice.
Final boss, Girafarig.
I guess Girafarig spelled backwards would be Girafarig. Like that.
I don't know what you just did. Oh, yeah. With a capital G at the end. I like it. Kevin Kennedy again says remake Chibi because they're dumping the energy into Legends, crossing fingers. This is a problem that I've always had with that. The problem that I've always had with that statement is teams don't work like that. It's not like you get the people from the mainline teams in the Legends team, like much less like that into Snap, because I saw a lot of people on the Discord saying like, oh, I wish they had taken the energy it took to make Snap and made them work on that game instead, which I guess is a testament to the people who worked on it, but those are probably not the people who worked on those games before.
Game Freak has multiple teams actually.
Oh, yeah.
So like a lot of them do not interact with each other that much.
Well, especially BDSP, because that's a troublesome.
Completely. That's like
acronym.
Pokemon Go people.
Yeah, that's
right.
well, no, that's Pokemon Home's people. It's Ilka. Yeah.
All they've done is make an app. They've already
Pokemon Go
qualified
was
for a remake. Jeez, man.
right.
Okay,
That was
never
their
mind.
intro. That was their intro. They're like, all right, you want to work on a game? You need to prove yourselves with Home first.
Here's
That's
an
actually probably
app.
what happened.
Here's an app that doesn't move or have anything fancy about it.
All right,
It
now you
actually
can do a
crashes
game.
on me.
Mm.
What?
Oh no. Does it actually?
Nice mug, Kevin. Can I buy one? Yes.
Yes.
Probably on that website you designed, Tony. Just not that page. That page does not belong to Tony. That page belongs to Mikey over here.
Yeah. Hey, I decorated. Look at this lovely poster I've got back here. I love it.
Is that a Poke poster?
It's
oh,
not.
that's the.
It looks
looks
like
like
one, but it's
Unova.
not. No, that's
It totally
Toronto.
looks-
That's Toronto.
Well, I guess Unova was based on Toronto, not New York.
I mean, you see the
You
tower.
see those Pokésports, not Pokésports, I wish. Pokemon Center poster bundle? I got it.
Pokésports poster bundle. You got it. You actually got through. That's amazing.
Poster bundle? Yeah, I was able to get the posters before they just.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The
That's
do you
wonderful.
know which ones I'm talking about?
I do. Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
The Rockstar ones with the moves.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Wait, Rockstar ones with the moves?
Yeah.
Oh
See,
no,
you
I thought you
know
meant the
what I'm talking
different. No, I don't. I thought you were talking
The
about the
city ones.
cities.
Oh no, those are long gone. Rest in peace forever.
Wow.
This was like a new set. I'm getting them up for you right now. I doubt they have it in Canada because that's just how things work.
That's yeah.
I got you right there, but bing.
Let's
10
see.
pack, it's not bad.
Opening it up and oh my gosh, wait.
Reacting.
I can ship it. I can't.
Get it.
I can't ship it. I opened it up and it was like, "Where are you, Canada? The U.S.?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm in Canada." When I hit Canada, it tossed me out of the page.
No,
Oh,
we cannot ship paper to Canada.
what's Power Trip?
It's the more stats you have, the more damage you do. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's like a physical version of that special stored power.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like that. Anyway, we should probably do this podcast that we do.
Yeah.
Mike is very Canadian. Yeah, that's true. He's the only Canadian player I know besides me and two other people. That's a handful of Canadian people that you know.
Ike and Clarence, two of them. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. There are tons of Canadian people who watch and listen to Pokésports too, so that's pretty sick. Anyway, let's go and make a podcast. This is Pokésports Podcast, episode 69. Nice. The Pokemon Day one. It's not what
Ironically.
it's called. Anyway, here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike, and I play with two Post Malones on the field.
Kevin. We got Gen 4 remakes.
Yeah. I want to. Yeah, I was so hoping that you would make some kind of reference to the bobbing head Umbreon from the Post Malone street. Did you see it yet? You've seen it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
of course. That was the best part of the whole thing.
It was grooving. That thing.
It was vibing,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It was. It knew where it was, and it loved being there.
It was there for it. So let's jump right into that. Happy Pokemon Day, everybody! It's Sunday, February 28th, the last day of the year, and it was Pokemon Day this past weekend. What did you think of the Post Malone performance?
The CGI was kind of nightmare fuel on the actual Post Malone. It's just something about seeing humans look like sock puppets I don't like too much. But the Pokemon looked fantastic. I mean, I understand what they did to Post. They kept him in very, Pokemon form, like what a 3D Pokemon would look like, but they just converted that into human form. But they didn't give him the chibi head that you're supposed to give them to make it clear.
So he just had this tiny Post Malone head.
So he just had like a tiny Post Malone head.
He had a tiny Post Malone head.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day where Post Malone and Pokemon make a collaboration. They had to censor so many words in that song, and they actually missed a couple words, which I thought was even funnier.
I also, yeah. I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
Like they took the effort to take out like some kind of minor words
Sure.
that I've noticed, and I was just like, oh, but they said that really bad one.
Yeah.
If
Maybe
you
they
guys
should have gone
know,
through a couple
you
more
know.
passes there. Yeah.
You guys know, it was hilarious though. But the CGI with the Pokemon and the overworld and the actual like Pokemon that they introduced in it, like they gave Shiinotic so much screen time. They gave
Yeah.
Braviary so much screen time. Pyroar, like a lot of Pokemon that you forget exist. So I
Shiinotic has
like
a
that.
very simple design that made me realize, because like it did this big zoom on Shiinotic, and it was like, oh, it's got the big mushroom head, but it's also just got like circle, circle, small line for a smile, and that's it.
I mean,
Not a
yeah.
whole lot. Yeah.
That's
Talk about
pretty
Xerxes
much
says
all we got.
swearing is canon now in Pokemon. So, I mean,
Technically, face tattoos are canon too.
that's fair. That's well, that's.
Maybe they had to censor Post Malone's appearance.
I
They
want him to be
did
in the next
actually.
game.
They did actually not include some of his, his word tattoos on his face, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
I'm going to blindly agree with you because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So no one listen to me.
No one listens to me. Everybody,
I watched
to
it.
the
I
podcast.
watched it on my phone. It didn't get close enough.
It's fair. Didn't get up close and personal with it.
But yeah,
yeah. Happy
I enjoyed
Pokemon Day. It was a good time. Earlier this week, we got the Pokemon Direct, which we'll be talking about today in the podcast. And the second that came out, everybody on the Discord was like, "Oh no, don't spoil it, don't spoil it." So we put out this message saying, try not to spoil it for the first little bit, and then after a while, come back and we'll all talk about it. Now I think is the time where we can actually talk about it. And then I figured that they wouldn't actually show anything when they dropped the Post Malone video, because why would they? They've already kind of given us all that they were going to give us anyway. It sounded like, or it looked like by the looks of it, but just the fact that it's a Pokemon Direct, you don't want to hide anything from a Pokemon Direct. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Like you want to put all your cards on the table right there.
It's true. It's true. And then they did exactly that. It was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. They kind of made like the whole concert vibe when it was really just like a 13-minute music video. But it was still fun. It was still fun. Like a lot of work went into it, and that was really cool. But
there's actually a funny story about the Pokemon Direct. So I clocked out on my break at exactly 9 so I could watch it, right?
yeah.
And then they decided to show this. My breaks are 15 minutes long. I get 2 a day. And they decided to show this 13-ish minute long introduction through every generation. I'm just like, guys, I've seen all these games already. I gotta go back to work.
We've also done this before. Like every generation, they do a kind of a recap through all the generations.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, all right.
It only
I get
gets
it.
longer.
We've been around for 25 years. All right. Okay, cool.
That wasted my whole break. So I then have to, feign a trip to the bathroom, pretend like that I'm doing something, but I'm really just watching the trailer.
That's good. I hope they're not listening.
I hope they are.
Oh. I see. We're at that point. Got it. Yeah. So we'll get back to it in a bit, but first we need to go over some incredibly quick Smogon news. Gotta let you know that Dracovish just cannot catch a break in Smogon rules. Dracovish has officially been banned from Nat Dex Monotype. So you can no longer bring a Dracovish in on a full water team. I believe before it was just being suspect tested, and we talked about that. But now it's actually gone.
You want to hear another fun fact about Dracovish?
Yes.
Dracovish actually seeing a rise in usage of VGC 2.
Uh-oh.
Tied with Kyogre and Babiri for 8% usage on teams.
Oh, is it because of Kyogre?
It could be.
Oh.
But it also just works by itself. Actually, on most teams here, it's not even with Kyogre. Out of all the teams that it has here, which are 8 of them, because that's how
not with
works.
Kyogre. I'm saying that they're bringing that to.
It does just kind of stand in front of our Kyogre and not care. Yeah. It could be.
Oh,
could also
man.
because it's a fish. Ooh-lo, la-la-la,
Ooh-lo, la-la-la. Yeah, so Dracovish is no more for singles. But For VGC, apparently you can bring that back. And I'm looking on Babiri right now, and I'm seeing the top, let's say 3 teams. Interestingly enough, number 2 includes a Bisharp, but for most of them, Dracovish just kind of runs shop. We're back at that point of the game, folks.
Dracovish is a great Pokemon. We could just turn off your brain and click a button. It's like Mike was talking about us making a video, and we never ended up doing it, about just Pokemon that you can just not think about and play and win.
Yeah.
Zacian is one of them. Dracovish is another one.
Zacian is one of them. Dracovish is one of them. I would dare say that Calyrex Shadow Rider is one of them.
Kyogre.
Yeah,
I'd say Kyogre is one of them too.
Definitely. Then you've got like your mid-tier thinking abouts, like I would say Regieleki. Regieleki you gotta kind of think about.
Or mid-tier think abouts.
Yeah, you got a mid-tier think about. Whimsicott is one of those, like, you really got to think about it before the game starts, but once the game's in, it's like either it's tailwinding or it's not.
I went against the Max Airstream Whimsicott with weakness policy the other day on the video.
See, that person was doing all the think abouts.
I lost.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I lost.
Venicole is another very good one. I mean, all the top meta Pokemon are those big, not have to, turn your brain off and go win the game. Kartana. Hello, Kartana. Looking at you. I could name Pokemon for literally the rest of the episode. Weezing, Jigglypuff, Goldeen, Girafarig.
Could you name the next line after Bellsprout, though?
I don't have to worry about that for 2 more weeks because today is Bellsprout Day. I don't think we've even talked about this. Kevin, what's your history with Bellsprout? What does Bellsprout mean to you?
Sprout Tower.
Oh.
Just a massacre with my Cyndaquil.
Oh. That's adorable.
That's pretty much it.
And then the Weepin' Bell at the very end that will just wreck you.
My Cyndaquil?
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Did you know,
yes.
Gen 4 mechanics, sleep can last more than 3 turns? I learned that the hard way today.
Wow, you just like went right into it, huh?
Well, technically,
Heart Gold.
Yeah, I was Heart Golding, Soul Silvering, Silver Surfers.
We're taking so long to get through Smogon. Sneasel's been banned from ZU into ZUBL. Welcome to Smogon. That's Smogon. Let's talk about Pokemon.
Bad Pokemon, too good for bad.
Yeah, bad Pokemon, too good for the bad tier is bad good. Is now in bad list. Pokemon news. So we could go and talk through Pokemon Day and the lack of Pokemon Unite and Pokemon Legends and BDSP, but new Pokemon Snap. But like, I feel like that's been done by all the other YouTubers like seconds after the direct dropped anyway. So if anybody actually cares for the big information, you either already know and you're lying to us, or you are waiting for us, which was very sweet. Or you don't care. So, that said, I think today what we're going to do, I want to go into each one of these things that they dropped. And I want to talk about how we're going to interact with them, what we're going to do, what Pokésports is going to do with these, or what things we can think of for that one. This is going to be a brainstorming sesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah. So let's start with the easy one that is probably not going to see very much competitive use. New Pokemon Snap. How can we make that competitive?
Woo! Okay, Mike v. Kevin, side cam versus side cam, first person to snap as many photos in the time allotted and get... Oh, you can technically compete with each other. We could totally compete with each other.
Ooh.
This could be a thing that we do.
Ooh.
Because I think you get points depending on how many stars each picture you has. Okay. I've never played Snap. A lot of people say that I'm missing out because I was too young when that game came out to actually be able to hold a controller. So I never got to play it. My hands were very good for a Game Boy, which is why I played Pokemon. But yeah, I don't actually know what Snap is, but I'm excited to play. It looks really pretty. I like pictures.
See,
I have a camera.
I've watched Let's Plays of Snap. I had an N64. I grew up during the N64 era, but I never owned Pokemon Snap. I owned Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. I was super into those, but didn't ever play Pokemon Snap. Watched tons of people play it though, so I know the gist.
It looks great.
It looks great.
Remember when people were complaining that it looked too good? There were people like when it was announced, they're like, "Wow, they can work on Pokemon Snap and make this beautiful, but they can't work on the game animation." Guys.
Meanwhile, the people who were hired for Pokemon Snap, who have never touched a Pokemon mainline game in their life, were like, "Come on,
It's not my fault.
you hired me to be a scapegoat."
Here's my thing, guys. Pokemon Snap, the prettiness is all it has going for it, right? Like that's the point of the game. We can't snap some block Pokemon in 2021.
Here's what we do, Kevin. Here's what we do. We're going to play Pokemon Snap, and we're going to not Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, excuse me. We're going to take those screenshots that obviously they're going to be like, here's the place where you can screenshot pictures of you standing beside your Pokemon or whatever. And then we're going to upload it to the site, and we're going to turn it into NFTs. Kevin, we're going to be rich.
NFTs.
Those are the things that like people are selling basketball clips on, you know?
Nifties? Oh,
Nifties.
Where you can sell the copyright on your stuff.
I guess it has to do a little bit with copyright. I don't know. It's blockchain stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We're going to have a conversation after this. I got to show you
Big
some
Papa
stuff.
Pokemon's going to walk inside and be like, these are technically my pixels. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fair.
Cease and desist.
See, gonna need you to stop the crypto trading on this one, please. Thank you. Yeah, so that's new Pokemon Snap. I honestly, I didn't think until having this conversation that there was stuff that we could do, but there's definitely stuff that we can do with that.
I think we can compete. That actually sounds like a fun thing.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Split the screen in half.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
See what we can do.
That's sick. All right. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Quick recap. Open world Pokemon game. Done. They did it with Breath of the Wild. They did it with Monster Hunter. Now you do it with Pokemon. Huzzah! This is what people wanted the whole time. What people wanted. 100 years what people wanted.
You know how like Metroidvania is like the go-to game for the indie market? Open world has become the go-to game for the AAA market. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. They're taking so long on Metroid Prime 4 because man, they're just open worlding the whole thing.
Probably at this point.
Yep.
I didn't see it coming, and I think nobody saw it coming, and that's what I loved about it. Is that it actually got to stay hush hush for like, you know, there were a couple people that leaked it hours before the thing, but for the most part, no one knew about this. No leaker really let this be known, which makes me happy.
I like it because that's like everybody every single year always calls that out. They're always like, oh, okay, Pokemon's dropping an open world thing. We're getting a Pokemon RPG right now. Well, Pokemon is an RPG, an open world Pokemon thing right now. And then every year they're like horribly disappointed if that's what they want. That's what they were waiting for. And now this year they're like, okay, it's happening. We're getting an open world Breath of the Wild style Pokemon. And then boom, it happened. It's like, whoa, oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Pokemon Breath of the Wild is further in development than Breath of the Wild 2. Anyway.
You get, is that? No, that's not Satoshi Tajiri. Who's the person who does Zelda? I forget it. Anyway, someone in the chat can tell me. He shows up. He stands on screen. He's like, I bet that, you know, because you saw me on screen, you were expecting to see Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild 2 information. No, but here's Pokemon. And everyone's like, okay. Thank you.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I'm like super hyped for this game. I don't know if you saw, but I ran a poll on Pokésports Twitter.
Yes.
The majority, like 75% of the people are super hyped for this game. And I get it. It's something completely new and I'm totally here for it. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely weird for Pokemon to be like, hey, here's an open world game, but it's also weird to be like, here's an open world game in Sinnoh. You get a Typhlosion, a Samurott, and a Decidueye as your starter. Have fun.
Huh.
um,
Huh.
I gotta say,
I love it. I'm into it.
I'm here for it.
Yep.
But the one gripe I have, and I'm pretty sure it's because this was early development, is that open world looked very open.
Yeah.
Wasn't much things going on, but hey, maybe in the future you get trainers, you get other things. I hope this isn't just like a Let's Go game where we have to sit here and do somersaults and catch Pokemon that way.
That's
but
the
yeah,
thing. I don't know. Like for me, I think this opens up a brand new path for Pokemon, which is awesome, and they could very easily turn Legends into the new mainline series, which has kind of been tossed around here and there. Like go from walking in 8 different directions, or whatever the new amount of directions is with your Joy-Con or whatever, into the whole 2.5 3D kind of situation where you're not going into new regions, you're investigating different already existing legendaries that just weren't really spotlighted in the main series games. Like right now we've got Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus. That could very easily become Pokemon Legends Darkrai. It could easily be Pokemon Legends Regigigas. That one will be a huge one. Jeez. Or they could even go into all of the third legendaries that never got their own games, like Dialga Palkia. You could get the Giratina, or you could go for I was about to say Rayquaza, but that's Emerald. But anyway, so that kind of thing. I think it's lots of paths. Mewtwo.
Let's go to Kanto again.
Let's go to Kanto. And that's another thing too. Like they're starting a whole new thing that's like very close to Pokemon. They've made all these other like third parties that kind of seem like they could be Pokemon, but this one is like very much Pokemon. Like it's not Conquest or Art Academy or anything like that. Like this is you get to throw Pokeballs at Pokemon, catch Pokemon, that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is like even turn-based battles are in the game. I know there were like rumors that it was a stamina-based, but it's been pretty much confirmed that it's still turn-based battles. They look very different too, but hey, I'm here for it. There's like a weird art style to this game, right? It's like it's not traditional, claymation type chibi characters. They're more drawn out. If that makes sense. It's like a very artistic game, has an artistic vibe to it. It's kind of like that old school vibe, like because this is a prequel. This is the first time we're seeing a prequel, I think. At least the first time I like a prequel that takes place like hundreds of years before the actual games take place. So like far back enough to where you're using wooden Pokeballs.
Right.
So this is ambitious, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's ambitious.
And we don't know. It's ambitious and we don't know.
That's the thing. Like it's majorly on our radar. It's something that we want to investigate competitively. We want to see if there's any way that we can like further gamify this game. You know what I mean? But they haven't really talked about that yet, and it's going to be hard for them to do. But if they can pull that off, then that's going to be nice.
I think the one interaction me and Mike had was the day of the trailer dropping. And Mike messaged me saying that, what'd you say? I'm worried about competitive Pokemon.
Yeah.
But like, I think after a week has passed, because I kind of share those same feelings. So I think after a week has passed, I just came to realize that no matter what happens to competitive Pokemon and what is officially going to be the format, we're always going to find a way to make a game competitive. Especially considering what we were just about to do with Snap. Like, we'll find a way to figure it out. It's going to be our
main series for sure. That's going to be our main Pokemon video series for sure. Pokemon Snap battles. That's probably what it's going to be called. That's great. All right. So that's what we're thinking about Legends. That's what we're thinking about new Snap. When we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, because that is more or less where the series is going. And we have opinions. We're going to talk about that when we come back from the break in just a bit. And we're on a break. Hello, everybody. Colton came in and said, have they just been talking about the new game announcements? No. no, we're not those kind of people. Except we kind of were those kind of people for the past like 15 minutes talking about Legends. But we haven't spoken about Legends to each other yet. So we're like excited to talk about it. Yeah. But no,
we
more
got opinions.
Yeah, but more so, I wanted this to be like a we're talking about how we in Pokésports can actually do something. What we're going to do with those games, if we're going to do anything with those games. I will say that if Legends doesn't have any kind of, competitive aspect to it, it might just be a stream. It might not even be that. We'll see. Might just be a play that on your own, and we'll talk about it on stream doing the other games kind of thing. Also, Giraffe Rig, Pokemon Legends Giraffe Rig, yeah.
Scorcho, thanks for the membership, my dude.
Yes, welcome back. I believe Scorcho was already. Might not have been. Yeah.
Welcome at all.
Welcome at all. Yes. Bravo says, I wonder how the remakes will affect the metagame. We're going to get into that. Antonio says, I have low expectations for Legends. I tend to... I can't say that I agree. I can't say I agree that I have low expectations, but I usually temper my expectations with these kind of things. Like with Unite, like with Pokemon Smile, like with Art Academy, I'm always like, it's not going to be the best game because Game Freak just does Pokemon really well in my humble opinion. But yeah, anyway, I'm
Pokemon Smile, Pokemon
looking
Sleep.
to be surprised.
What about Pokemon Sniff?
Where did Pokemon Sleep go? I've been waiting for Pokemon Sleep.
Rather dormant, wouldn't you say?
More like Pokemon overslept.
Oh ho! Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. How was your day today, Mike? You do anything fun, fantastic, fantastorino?
No,
fun,
fantastic. My day's been pretty okay. Working on some.
That's the best kind of days.
Yeah. I'm trying to like redecorate around here a little bit, so putting this little baby up and a couple other pictures. I've got a nice Mega Man 2 poster over there. It's like this 3D kind of thing. I love looking at it while I work. I put this like little thing from Kim's Convenience over beside me. It's this other Canadian show that's just like really, really good. Highly recommend. Yeah. Anyway, so just
I'm
decorating
very upset.
all over the place. Why?
Because I wasn't able to get that Master Ball because it sold out, and they only decided to make 5,000 copies, and all 5,000 copies. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I don't even want the Pokeball anymore. I just wanted the Master Ball. It's like that's literally our thing. It's literally on the back of my phone.
Wow.
It's Pokésports. It's Master Ball. Like, come on. Do you guys see that the Master Ball thing by the people that did the replica Pokeball thing?
I like how no one announced it a replica, by the way. Like,
does it actually work?
Does it actually exist? Is there a working one somewhere? In our hearts, it is already captured.
It's already been taken from my heart. Jeez.
Yeah.
And it's never coming back so you're only gonna have to buy it from like third-party sellers. Good luck.
There was only one in existence. They only made one. It's unfortunate. How many did they actually make? Was it 5,000?
5,000 worldwide.
Mega Evolution should be back. 75% sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Makers of Pokemon Sleep woke up, realized it was all a dream. Exactly. These are the sleepiest people, the sleepiest developers.
It's easier to sleep than to finish the game.
Exactly. They're doing market research is what they're doing.
Yeah, their market research entails, so people don't use their phone when they sleep? Oh no.
Ugh. You guys have phones, don't you? I remember that. It was years ago. I should actually follow up on how that's doing Diablo Immortal. Is that? You remember that? BlizzCon, the guy went on stage and was like, hey, we're making a new Diablo game. It's on your phone. And everyone was like, is this a joke? One guy literally went up in the Q&A on stream and was like, is this some kind of like late April Fool's joke or something, and the developers were like really embarrassed. And the line, "You guys have phones, don't you?" was tossed out.
Oh, I remember that. I know that from memes.
Yeah. So that's what that's from. Anyway, let's get back to the podcast. Before that, the Revhead says, "I know this has nothing to do with Pokemon. I love the Joy-Cons for Skyward Sword back to Pokemon, and I went to 3015 and got flushed and using Mewtwo." I'm sorry, that tickled me.
Whoa, what happened? You just started laughing.
So the Revheads just made a comment saying, "Hey, listen, I know this is not Pokemon, but I just want to say that I love the Joy-Cons for Skyward Sword." And then in that same comment was like, "All right, now back to Pokemon. I just went 3015 to completion using Mewtwo." Bam, bam. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I assume that means went 3015 in competitive or in VGC. I don't know what completion is.
Completion in the finale. Is it that Kanto event in Pokemon Go? I got a coworker that doesn't stop playing Pokemon Go instead of working.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like some Kanto event that's happening because of Pokemon Day.
Neat. All right, so let's get back to the podcast then. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. When we come back, here we go. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to Pokésports. Before the break, we were talking about new Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Legends and Pokemon not Unite. We weren't talking about Unite, but real quick, I guess we can mention we don't currently have any plans to do anything with Pokemon Unite, but God, I do not hate the idea of like streaming that or doing anything like that, like, you know, practicing it. I think it's...
I would do it. I know we're not allowed to do it, but once it's released, I would do it.
Yeah. I get to play it, you don't.
Yeah, Mike actually signed up for the access code. He's kind of waiting. I don't think he's allowed to like reveal anything about it.
No,
he'll probably whisper it.
I think I'm allowed to talk about it, right? I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to talk.
Probably not allowed to talk about. You could probably give your impressions on it, but not like, hey, these are all of the mechanics.
I think I totally am.
They have a whole website link.
Really?
Of what you are and aren't allowed to do. They probably even make you like sign your name.
Wow, I have to sign an NDA to play this game.
I mean, this is Tencent we're talking about.
That's fair. That is fair. Still, I'm excited to play that. Excited in that I'm hoping that it's good. I'm again hoping that I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I have very low expectations.
Yeah, me and Mike actually really like MOBAs, and we really like Pokemon. So this is kind of like our two worlds clashing, and we really hope it's not really bad.
Yeah, it has
just
changed
moderate
a lot.
level of bad.
It has changed a lot from its initial trailer, where it looked exactly like Arena of Valor, and I'm happy about that.
You know that
we'll see.
Was like, we don't have any footage for the Diamond and Pearl remakes yet. So Tencent just puts some Pokemon skins on Arena of Valor.
Just reskin it. It's fine.
Something.
It's fine. Figure out your mechanics later. It doesn't matter. We just need to see MOBA and we need to see Charizard. Do those things and we're good. And they're like, I got you, I think. Anyway, let's talk Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. BDSP is what people are probably going to hopefully not call it, but they will.
It is episode 69.
Oof.
Anyway, I'm hype. I know that people are upset about,
the art.
Yeah. And I get it.
That's fair.
People wanted a 3D Pokemon experience, right?
Yeah.
They got it for ORAS. They got it, I guess, not for Gen 2 remakes, but it was updated sprites. This does kind of feel like a step backwards for me, but I don't entirely hate it because the battles still look identical, so it's just like, whatever. The thing that I'm going to be playing still looks the same, so I don't care. And at the end of the day, I like that it's faithful. Like, they used the word faithful like a billion times, right?
Yeah, they did.
how faithful is faithful, do you think?
See, every time they use the word faithful, I got a little bit more concerned. The first time I was like, "Oh yeah, sweet! I'm gonna feel like I'm playing Diamond and Pearl again, hooray!" And then they said faithful again, and I'm like, "Okay, but wait, but Diamond and Pearl was a few years ago. Like, are we?" And then they said faithful again, and I'm like, "Okay, so I'm a little worried about where this is going."
It's very why. Stop saying faithful, please.
Yeah.
um,
Now again, like, I don't think they're dumb. I don't think they're gonna make a thing that is just
this is not them though.
updated skin. I know, but people, I don't think that they would go in. Ilka would go in and make a game that is just a reskin of that. Would they?
I don't know. The only thing I know that they made was Pokemon Home.
Yeah.
And that just finds new ways to annoy me every time I use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're
like
probably gonna
that's
make
a great point. The removal of fairy types, like that would be hard to wrap my head around because I just
They would
spent
have to.
so long to get used to it.
They're gonna be faithful to the decks too, so there's gonna be a big gap of Pokemon again.
Yeah.
Inventory?
No,
The Gen 4 have inventory?
They can't. Like, that's, oh man, I don't think
Team
that
preview?
makes sense. That doesn't. No, don't say that. Don't say that to
Team
me.
preview?
Don't say those two words.
Try playing VGC with no team preview. Good luck.
Oh gosh. Hey, listen.
Like I said, it's like how faithful is faithful, and this is my thing. A lot of people think this is gonna be the new VGC game. I really don't. I really think VGC is gonna remain on Sword and Shield, and that's just what you're gonna have to deal with until 2022, until end of 2022 when they announce a new main series Pokemon game. Because I think the way they're gonna split this up now is to have the 4 titles, right? You got your Let's Goes. Maybe if they decide to continue Let's Go, I guess for now we won't consider Let's Go since that kind of seems like a one-off. But yeah, you have your Let's Goes, you'd have your remakes, which is probably just going to be reskins of old games at this point because it removes a lot of the effort from Game Freak's hands, which I feel like is why they decided to give this to Ilka. They wanted to remove this burden over their head of making remakes. Like, but they also didn't want to disappoint the fans, right? They wanted to make the remakes to make the fans happy, but they also didn't want to spend their time and effort making a game that already existed. So they just passed it on to a sister company. And now they can focus on Pokemon Legends, which I don't think is going to stop at Arceus, right? You don't just stop with the god of Pokemon and, that's the end of the game. So they're probably going to make sequels to Legends, and I think they're probably going to make, Gen 9. They're going to have to continue the main series somehow. I don't think they continue it with Legends.
Maybe.
It's very un-Game Freak, though. It's very un-Game Freak.
We'll have to see. We will have to see. It's very un-Game Freak. Yeah, I mean, like, that's where they've been for the past, 2.5 decades. But they have also gone on record saying that, they want to explore other, like, non-Pokemon series. They want to explore other things. They don't want to get stuck doing one thing forever, as much as we want them to. Anyway, I mean, I would be happy to see a Gen 9 anyway, but that's just where I have my foresight is going, my future sight.
But yeah, I think like the point of my tangent was, I think VGC in the competitive metagame is remaining on Sword and Shield. Whether this means they have to release new DLC or not to keep the game fresh, I think they will. I think there's none that they have announced yet, but you got to open the decks, right?
Yeah.
You got to do something to keep it fresh. They're probably just trying to space it out a little bit more since they realize that, okay, we got a lot of years gap here that we have to make this game relevant.
For real, yeah.
So
like, who knows if this might just be a step in a direction in their 10-year plan that previously ended with like black and white and then had to start again once X and Y came out.
What was the biggest gap in Pokemon? That was Gen 3 and Gen 4, right?
I don't actually know that information. That seems like a very interesting piece of trivia to know, and I don't.
I got you.
Thank you. Meanwhile, it's been said in the chat that where did that on the website, it does say that they'll implement quality of life improvements to these games. So that's cool. However, I'm not sure what quality of life pertains to. Does that pertain to quality of life from Diamond and Pearl, or does that pertain to the quality of life improvements that we've seen since Diamond and Pearl? In my mind, that one makes sense. The second one, the latter, makes sense. But the fear is that they're reskinning Diamond and Pearl, making it a little bit better, and that's the effort that they're putting into it.
Did you hear the rumor? The rumor that they were gonna make this a platinum game, or have it include the platinum things, like the what was it called, the Underworld?
Yeah, they totally had Guillotine. Yeah, shoot, that did get a game, didn't it?
Yeah,
I'm thinking back to what I was saying about Legends.
They did get a game.
Guillotine did get a game. Okay, anyway, Zygarde.
But yeah, they were gonna include, like, the whole Giratina thing, but the engine they're using for this game couldn't handle the Underworld. Because you know how, like, you go on the walls and walk around. I'm like, you're telling me the engine you're using can't handle something we did 10 years ago? A Distortion World. There it is.
Wow.
Then why are we using this engine?
Then why are we doing it?
Okay, I found out the gap question. The biggest gaps between typically it's 3-year gap, but the two biggest gaps were Ruby Sapphire to Diamond Pearl, and then Diamond Pearl to Black White. 4 years on each of those. So
4 years, wow.
2019. I'm assuming it's gonna be 3 years. 2022 sounds like a really good time to release another mainline Pokemon game at the end of 22. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, it's entirely possible that we, get a third DLC in Sword and Shield, and this is kind of where I want to pivot into talking the future for VGC, because this didn't look promising. I'll tell you that much. It did not look promising for the future of Sword and Shield VGC. There's fully enough time for Pokemon to create another expansion, another DLC, where they introduce, things like the rest of the other Pokemon in the missing Pokedex, or toss in Megas or toss in Z-Stones or anything like that. Ways to change up their game a little, which I was kind of hoping that they would drop in that Pokemon Direct, but no dice. Yeah.
I think at this point, and I don't know if this is a good thing, but there's gonna have to be a slow transition, and slow in terms of like multiple months until the end of the actual VGC 2022, or whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna have to be a very slow transition into just like the Ultra Series again, plus Dynamax. It's gonna be like you're gonna have to finish the decks with the DLC. Yeah. We're gonna have to open Megastone on the Isle of Rock Tundra. We're gonna have to allow Z moves. You're gonna just have all Z moves pop up again, and we're just gonna have to have one big mishmash of literally every gimmick that we've ever seen, and that is the end of Sword and Shield right there. That's how Sword and Shield comes to conclusion. One big mosh pit of everything that's dumb.
We had it in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
They've done it, so they're not going to be afraid to do it again.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it again. Boy, I can't wait to see this Megas Kangaskhan Zacian Lapras score. It's gonna be great.
And I'm sure, and I'm sure that I'm not the first person to say this, and I'm sure I'm not the first person at the company to say this, but I hope they don't move away from Sword and Shield without completing it first. Because if they don't add in all of the other things that all of the other games had, that they put tons of effort into, making work, then they're going to leave Sword and Shield as the first Pokemon game that was technically incomplete. and that ain't good.
Say that to the Battle Frontier and ORS. But anyway.
But that was a side game. That was a remake. And that's why I'm scared for Diamond and Pearl.
They do not give too much love to their remakes, friends.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you disagree with me, but I personally think DP won't be the competitive metagame. Because VGC doesn't sound too faithful. You know? That's just my opinion. And I definitely don't think it's going to be Arceus. I definitely think Arceus is going to be its own thing. That's just going to be completely different. Because, like, you have to think about it this way. Even breeding in Gen 4 is completely different to what it is now.
Yeah.
You don't have things like ability capsules in Gen 4. You don't have things like
I mean, Let's Go Pikachu.
Candies.
They introduced some of the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't have candies. You don't have mints. Like, it's gonna be so hard to get competitive Pokemon on that game. And I don't think they have plans of adding it in. Like, so it's like the competitive game has to remain Sword and Shield because everything that we need for competitive is there. It's like that is the combat game. It is the Sword, the Shield. But they're gonna have to release a lot of things to keep it interesting for another year.
I mean, I don't know. I think the only part that I disagree on is kind of the lens that we're putting the word faithful on. I think that when they say faithful, they talk about story. They talk about, the Pokemon that's in it, not so much the mechanics. Those are things that we care about, not so much the main demographic or the people who, remember Diamond and Pearl back then. The main group of those people didn't actually play competitive. So what I'm worried about is that they won't actually bring it in or they won't, give it as much love. But I do think that they are looking to bring some of the things that they've improved Pokemon with over the years back into that game, but keeping everything else the same.
I hope so.
I hope. I do agree that I don't think competitive is going to be there in Diamond and Pearl. I think that it's all Sword and Shield for the next little while.
Okay, so me and Mike are on the same page, just like on different pages about Faithful. I mean, I kind of see your point because the battles, even they didn't keep that Faithful, right? The battles are completely different. They went back to Sword and Shield battles.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason they have a Sword and Shield engine on a game that doesn't run on the engine. Mike,
why would you make a game worse? Why would you make a game worse? You wouldn't make a game worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy both of them probably. Like, so.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people. Yeah, that's true. Actually, Brandon says this in the chat. Says I started to play competitive in Pearl and Diamond. A lot of people did start competitive in Pearl and Diamond and Pearl. A little scary to go and play a game in Diamond and Pearl. I don't know if anybody's done that recently, but ooh boy, the system back then wasn't as good. I'll say that much.
I mean, I also started crawling on my knees, but I don't walk on my knees anymore.
Yeah.
Just there's better ways to do things, and I understand like Diamond Pearl competitive will have nostalgia for some people.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's better. It was a lot harder to get good Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl. And yeah, I don't know.
Were people still playing Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon when Let's Go Pikachu Eevee was out? Was that like what Worlds did?
Yes. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee didn't touch competitive at all. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was still out that whole time. I think VGC was still being played on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon up until the turn of the years. So Sword and Shield was out and people were still playing Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon for VGC.
So could stand to reason that that's almost exactly
Super Sword, Super Shield,
Super Sword Brothers. Anyway, let's talk before we go real quick about what we're going to be doing for the next little bit. So obviously with Series 7, the sequel, coming out in May, we're very upset. about
Because
that.
especially it doesn't look like anything's different. It's just gonna be Series 7 Part 2, which makes sense because they gotta stretch out this metagame as much as they can now, huh?
Yeah. We've got at least another year and a half to go, right? So,
Yeah, right. So we gotta go back to our old series now.
yeah. So because of that, we are going to be I guess the word is slowing down our content production for Pokemon. I mean, we normally have been putting videos out every single day. Starting tomorrow, we're still putting out content every single day on the YouTube channel. However, it's going to be oh geez, I wish I had the thing in front of me, but Kevin,
I have it
you know the
memorized.
schedule.
Hello.
Yeah, go for it.
It's gonna be
May.
Sundays. This podcast live on Twitch, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yep.
Mondays will be a VGC video. That's going to be around the exact same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, followed by Tuesday, 5 p.m. stream by me. Hello, I'm Kevin. Then Wednesday and Thursday is going to be 2 more VGC videos, 12 p.m. Mike on Friday. Say hi, Mike.
Hi.
Gonna stream 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then Saturday another VGC video. So pretty much we're getting 3 streams, 4 videos throughout the week.
Kevin,
And,
I assume isn't
yeah.
totally sure on when you're gonna stream yet. I assume that's why you didn't mention the time for you.
No, I said 5 p.m. because I
Oh, is that right? That's 5 for you.
I have classes, so I'm gonna do 5 p.m. same time as you.
Good for
We'll
you.
figure it out that way. This is all gonna be on YouTube, so it'll be kind of easy to find.
Yeah. So to
type
recap real
Pokésports
quick.
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. To recap real quick, we've got a video on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then a stream on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. That way, it would serve hopefully to burn us out a lot less, while also to get to say hi to you a little bit more.
Did I say Twitch?
No,
I meant YouTube. Oh,
whoops.
People are saying I said Twitch.
Well, I mean,
No,
you
YouTube.
said streaming, so I would only assume that the brain went to Twitch.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's fine. No, we're all on YouTube. Oh. Anyway, so that's going to be our thing for the next little bit. Hope you are ready for that because you're going to see a lot more of us live, which is pretty cool.
You technically get more battles.
I mean,
right? Because
yeah.
We play a bunch of battles, but you guys only really see 3.
Yep.
So you're gonna get a lot more now.
Sometimes 2 if they break me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was funny. Mike was broken.
Yeah.
Mike lost to Ferrothorn, guys. We've all been there. We've all been there, Mikey.
It was a rough game. By the way, if anybody's curious what I'm talking about, the video is up on your YouTube channel, obviously, from Sunday, February 28th, in which I face off with an Yveltal team, and just the teams that I go up against were, mind breaking.
I was screaming. I was screaming at the phone, been like, "Go for the freeze! Just go for it!"
Yeah.
You kept going for Iron Head Flint, just like, nah.
But I kept getting them.
Yeah, you kept getting them too. My thing is, with that kind of luck, you should have rolled the dice. Got that ice punch.
Exactly. No, you're right. All right.
And they would have thawed immediately.
Best place to get notified of when we're streaming and to see our schedule and all that is, of course, our Discord, where tomorrow I'm going to be actually putting out a big announcement over on the announcement side for all of that. So good place to go and see that. What's that?
We got new membership tiers too.
Yeah.
We got approved. Yay.
Hooray.
Click the join button. See what happens.
Roll the dice, Kevin. Roll the dice. All right. I want to start off by thanking our patrons for listening to this. Speaking of people on the join button, patreon.com/Pokésports is an online tipping website where you can go and, get lots of cool stuff going on. Much like the Liege, which is going to, it's going to start accepting registrations tomorrow. No,
Mike thought he was going to get some sleep tonight.
Oh no. So yeah, anyway, you can go and sign up for the Liege. We're going to be playing Series 9, Series 8. Whoa, Series 8 this month as well. So if you've been brushing up on your Series 8 and you're ready to go and compete, then that is the place to do it. Any tier can go and join. Want to give a big shout out to some of the tiers in Patreon who really help us out, like Braden, Colton, Corey, Sheldon, Travis, Carlo, Corey, again, different Corey, Dreamweaver, Dustin, Jack, Roe, Ixon, Scott, Alex, Joseph, Kevin, Kingboo, Martine, Rowan, Trevor, Jack, Ahmed, Chris, George, Greg, LA Caveman, Lewis, Make It Totter, Pierre, Pink Hat Boy, Ryan Garcia, Soen, and Tofu, because I didn't say Mod Pierre. So if I don't say Mod Pierre, then I don't say Mod Tofu. But now I'm going to say both, Mod Pierre, Mod Tofu. I've said them both about 3-4 times now. Kevin, give some shout outs.
Hey, Kevin Kennedy. Welcome to Pokésports. Anyway, shout outs. Next.
You can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Pokésports. You can check us out on Twitter at PokésportsPod or Instagram at Pokésports Podcast. Subscribe to us anywhere that you can on Apple and Spotify and all those good podcast places, because it would be just so cool to keep seeing Pokésports at the top of gaming in those Apple and Spotify categories. It's very fun to see when it does happen. I like that a lot. Yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks to M-Dash for every single second of every single piece of music you hear on this podcast, including the very beginning, which is a remix on the Diantha theme. Yeah. Kevin, let's go to the Peach.
It's Peach time.
It's Peach time.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Toodle.